and welcome to Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we're talking about getting better sleep, one of our favorite topics.
Hey, Shannon, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We do talk about getting sleep a lot,
Yes.
don't we, between the two of us? It really is a favorite topic. It's so important, right?
Yeah, it is. It makes a difference. And, as we get older, it seems that it becomes more problematic and more important.
Yeah, we didn't used to. When we met 20 some odd years ago, we didn't talk about it.
I don't think so. I was just reminiscing to myself about the good old days when I just would go to bed and sleep, and then I would wake up. And I wouldn't think about it.
And you do it again the next night.
Right. And that's just, you just did that. And then sometimes I would lie down and have a nap.
Mm-hmm. Right. But as we've gotten older, that has become more challenging.
Yes, definitely. But that means that we have explored a lot of different things to help us get better sleep.
That's right. Yeah, I've got a good thing going right now. But I always feel like a disclaimer, as the daughter of a narcoleptic, I'm a good sleeper. I don't fall asleep uncontrollably, but like my mom did. But when I fall asleep in bed, I fall asleep quickly unless I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But getting the good night's sleep has become more elusive, though. I mean, staying asleep and sleep feeling refreshed is harder as I've gotten older. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And before we get too far into this, I want to thank our friend and listener, Debbie Potts, for giving us the suggestion.
Yes.
And one of the things we'll talk about is a suggestion that she gave to me a while ago.
Oh, terrific. Yeah. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah. And we love it when we get suggestions from listeners for topics.
Yeah. So anyone else out there who has an idea, send it our way.
Yes.
We'd love to hear them. But back to sleep, thinking about it today, it's like sort of weird. I'm realizing I had a really good night's sleep last night.
Well, that's nice. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It is exciting. But you want to know why I wasn't really thinking about it?
Yes.
Because as I was just sharing with you before we started recording, I woke up and my phone was completely dead this morning. And so I didn't know how much I slept.
Oh, you didn't know what time it was when you woke up?
No, I knew what time it was, but I always check my sleep app in the morning.
Oh, that's so funny. I always, Barry has a hard time sleeping, and every morning I ask him how he slept, and every morning in the last year or so, he pulls out his phone to tell me. It's like when I used to ask my father, "Are you hungry?" and he'd say, "What time is it?" Or he'd look at his watch.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, just tell me, did you sleep? How do you feel about how you slept?
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's very funny, but I remember waking up and saying like, oh, it's later than I expected it to be, and being really happy about that, and then quickly getting stressed out that my phone was dead and not working, and then so I didn't really get to savor having had a good night's sleep.
Tim Cook. What app do you use to check your sleep?
I use AutoSleep.
Oh, okay.
And it works very well with my Apple Watch, which I wear to bed. Mm-hmm. But it can also be used without a watch if you want to. It doesn't sort of pick up some of the things, like it tells me, how much deep sleep and light sleep I had, how much I moved, those sorts of things. which is nice. But if you're just sort of wanting to get a more general feel about how much you're sleeping, it's good for that if you don't have a Apple Watch.
I use Sleep Cycle, which is the app I use as my alarm, and it uses a microphone, and so it gives me an evaluation based on, I guess, what it hears of that moving, what is moving or what have you. But the thing that I love is it tells you how much snoring there was.
Oh,
and, and there's recordings.
Oh.
Sleep talking, and now that Barry and I both wear CPAPs, it's quite silent. But before, I'd be like, "Do you want to hear how you snore?" No, I don't want to hear that. But it also cares a whole lot about how many hours of sleep there was, right? In terms of deciding how well rested you are, I guess.
Yeah, I used to use an app. What's it called? 24/7, I think is what it was called. To record my sleep, and it also did an audio recording, which was often entertaining because, as you know, I talk in my sleep.
That's right, you do. It is so strange. You and I have shared a hotel room more than once over the years, and to have you start talking.
Yeah, well, because I don't know, but what I've been told is the thing that's so shocking about it is that I'm not mumbling. I sound like I am awake and speaking very clearly.
Right. It's as though you're having a conversation, like without saying, "Hey, Janine, wake up," and then I want to tell you something. You just start telling me. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't think you're speaking clear words, but I don't remember it.
It's not contextual.
Right.
Yeah. No, my husband claims that I run a lot of meetings in my sleep.
Oh, that's one of the sadder things I've heard.
Isn't it? Or maybe just my pure bossiness comes out in sleep. I don't know.
That's funny.
But yeah, anyway. So having that, the electronic recording of my sleep is, I think, a bit of a double-edged sword.
Yeah. In your case?
Yeah. Well, and like you were saying with Barry,
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily checking in with myself, although I have gotten much better to sort of weigh how I feel against what the app says. Mm-hmm. So I get a better idea of, is it accurate? Is when it says I got a lot of deep sleep, do I feel different than if it says I didn't get a lot of deep sleep? Mm-hmm. And I think that is helpful, but I do have to remind myself that, like, if I wake up and I feel good, but my app says I only slept 6 hours, that's okay. Mm-hmm. Not like I shouldn't. I have to remind myself to not feel bad if my app says I slept less than I wanted to, if I feel okay.
Right. Yes, that's right. It's not a contest.
Right.
Right.
Well, and also, it's not the boss of me.
That's right. That's right. We have an app attached to our bed, our Sleep Number bed, and we'll compare and Barry's supposedly the one who sleeps poorly, and I'm supposedly the one who sleeps well, and I get really annoyed when it gives him a higher rating. So I guess it is a bit of a competition.
It is a competition at your house.
Yes.
That's funny. But so I think it can be helpful, though, and I think we've talked about this before. One of the things that made the biggest difference for me was when I switched my goal on my app from sleeping 8 hours to sleeping for 7 hours. Mm-hmm. Because I hit it a lot more often, and psychologically that felt better. Like I started to feel like I was sleeping better when I changed my goal from 7 hours to 7 hours from 8 hours.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, you're not disappointed in yourself or whatever, and you do well. You do okay on 7 hours. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so smart. It's why my fitness goals are so low on my phone. so that I can close my circles. Meet them.
Oh, that's good. But I think it does. There is something to that. And, even if you know that you feel better with 8 hours of sleep and you're only generally getting 6 hours of sleep right now, this to try to improve that incrementally, as opposed to thinking like setting your goal for 8 hours and then not hitting it. If right now you're sleeping 6 hours, maybe aiming for 6 hours and 15 minutes or 6 hours and 30 minutes, to try to incrementally get yourself sleeping more, to meet what you feel is the goal, where you feel the best during the day.
Right. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. I think that's good, solid advice.
Yes. And, I have lots of other ideas about how to fall asleep and go back to sleep. That's the one that gets me. I don't have a lot of trouble falling asleep most of the time. The only time I really struggle to fall asleep is if I miss my window. I have a window, and if I stay up past it, that whole second wind thing kicks in, and I could be up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning easily.
Is the window a set time, or does it start with does something you do open the window and you have to go to bed by the time it's going to close?
No, it's like a circadian rhythm thing.
Okay.
So generally, I'm in bed wanting to fall asleep sometime between 10 and 11. It takes me a long time from when I decide to start heading to bed, which is usually around 9:30. It takes a long time for me to actually end up in bed. I'm not sure why, but...
Well, there are so many things that have to happen.
Yes.
Right? And
yes.
Same thing at my house. And I'll say, all right, it's time to start the process.
Yeah.
And usually I don't want to do that before 9:30 for some reason. But then I'm not in bed till 11 because of all the things. The poodle things, the kitchen things, the process.
Yep. Yep. That's what we have to. Got to put the house to bed. Got to put the cat to bed and the house to bed.
That's right. You have the elaborate put the cat to bed thing, right? And we have an elaborate poodle thing too, so I get it.
Yeah.
But you've been using some over the counter, so to speak, sleep aids that are helping you get to sleep, stay asleep. Is that right? Or I was thinking in particular the one you just told me about.
Yeah. So I have over the years tried lots of different supplements and things, which have helped and then not helped because, for whatever reason, that's what happens. Things work for a while and then they don't. But the thing that is helping me right now is, and I think this is what you're referring to, drinking 4 ounces of tart cherry juice before bedtime.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, of course, I had to try it because I pretty much do everything you tell me to. And first of all, the faces that we made as we drank it were funny. Because, wow, that's just tart.
It is tart.
And so I didn't take my usual sleep. I wanted to test it, so I didn't take my usual my sleepy time cocoa. And, in fact, sadly, for me, the tart cherry juice wasn't sufficient.
No.
For keeping me asleep. But
yeah.
I'm still drinking it every night because you told me it's good for me.
Yes, it's good for you for a lot of different reasons. And it is a little bit like taking medicine. I've actually come to enjoy the flavor now. The first sip is always like a little bit of a shock.
Yeah.
And you definitely do not want to drink it around, after recently having anything sweet. Because it will make it a million times worse.
Yeah.
But sip on it with a little popcorn and it's delicious.
Excellent. Well.
Yeah. But so for me it's really helping.
That's excellent. Do you know why it works?
Apparently, I don't know if it contains melatonin and tryptophan or if it stimulates production of them, but that's part of it. And it's a big sort of anti-inflammatory, antioxidant thing, like so many of the deep colored fruits, like berries and things. But there's a lot of ways that it's beneficial, and it's being studied. So, there's research that you can look into that I encourage people to look at. And, obviously it's juice, so one would think relatively benign, but if you have any concerns, you should talk to your doctor or their healthcare provider about it.
If you're not married to a doctor like Shannon's lucky enough to be married to. It's a little easier for you to check with the doctor.
Yeah. Although most of the time he's like, I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Nice.
Go look in your journals. Tell me what you find.
Right. Well, that's excellent. And we'll put a link to the one that I bought, of course, the one that Shannon bought, because we can put a link to that. And I got mine at Whole Foods. But the thing that I've been taking since I'm going to say November is some dream powder, which is a cocoa that I mix with hot milk, and it has melatonin, L-theanine, reishi mushrooms, and CBD in it. And it puts me right to sleep. And I pretty much stay asleep. I've been having some neck and arm pain issues that sometimes wake me up. But otherwise, it's good and it's delicious. It's just such a nice, warm cup of cocoa before bed.
Yeah.
It makes me very happy.
Nice.
Yes. I'll put a link to that as well, but it's kind of expensive. Like it costs like $76 for a package that lasts me about 6 weeks.
Oh.
So if I can't put a price on a good night's sleep, kind of, but still it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's good for people to know. But I'm glad that's working for you.
Yeah, me too. And isn't temperature? Temperature is the thing, right? That's the most difficult thing to control, at least in my life. Even as hard as I try with our fancy heated and cooled interlayer. I mean, I actually have control over it.
Right.
But it's still hard. I go from heat to air conditioning in my bed in one night.
Yes.
But.
Yeah. Well, that's not uncommon, I think, as you get older, particularly for women.
Yep.
But I had to manage that some too. And I think the last time we talked about sleep, I was raving about my weighted blanket.
Oh, right.
That I love.
Yeah. Do you still love it?
I still love it, but the cotton one, which was the one that I originally got for my birthday, has been replaced by a eucalyptus one because it breathes better and I don't overheat with it. I can use it most of the year. But navigating that. And we also now have turned our comforter into a zonal comforter. My husband sleeps, he needs much more blanketing than I do. And so we have a king size bed with a king size duvet, and I put just a twin size down comforter on his side of the bed, and I have nothing on my side of the bed. So I just have the duvet itself, so 2 layers of cotton, and then my
you're saying you have a duvet cover, and you
Yes.
put a twin size duvet in on his side and nothing on your side. I realize that's just what you said.
Yes.
but I was thinking, because in our house we'll have a blanket and then I'll add a twin size comforter on top of me. But there'll be a blanket in Barry's side.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Huh.
Yeah. So
That's smart.
yeah, and I put little hook and eyes in the inside the duvet cover and then on the corners of the twin side so it doesn't shift around in there.
Oh, yeah, keep it on his side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. We used to have a dual weight blanket that we bought from the Sleep Number Bed people many years, decades ago now. I don't think they sell it anymore, but once I was heavy and once I was light, that was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So managing that has been really helpful. Although I jumped the gun this year in taking out, we used to do more what you did. Like in the winter, we have a summer weight down comforter that we use for the winter. So, because I need a little bit more because we don't heat our house during the night.
And you are actually human.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, it drops down below 60 degrees in our house. It's cold and I do want a cover, but Mike needs more than that. So then we have a down throw that he puts over the top of him on that. Right. But so I took that out because it got nice. And then I put, I set it up for our summer sleeping situation and then it got cold again.
Same thing happened to us. So we're back with ours is a wool comforter, as you might imagine.
Yes.
And a wool-filled comforter. It's cotton on the outside. But we were just saying this morning, time to go back to the cotton blanket because it got warm again.
Yep.
Yeah. So hard. So challenging.
I know. But the other thing that I've been doing that has been really helpful, and this is the thing that Debbie turned me on to, is if I'm having trouble falling asleep, or if I wake up in the night and am having trouble going back to sleep, is listening to sleep stories from the Calm app.
Sleep stories, like bedtime stories.
Yes. And my favorite one is by Eric Braw. And it's the Nordland Express. And you take the train from somewhere in Scandinavia to above the Arctic Circle, and he tells you all about it, all the details, until you fall asleep. And and there's a whole bunch of different sleep stories if you subscribe to the app. If you are not a subscriber and you want to try it out, they do have a 7-day free trial, but there is also a page on their blog where you can access, I think, maybe a half dozen of their sleep stories for free. So we can put a link to that in the show notes for people to try it out.
I think Insight Timer has sleep stories too, and I think they're free. And my app, Sleep Cycle, my alarm app, also is always every time I swear every day they have something new. Which I don't use, but I don't think I pay for that app. I know I don't pay a subscription. I may have bought the app originally years ago. But yeah, there's opportunities. It's such an interesting thing. I mean, why should it be reserved for little children? We should all have someone telling us a bedtime story.
Yes. Well, and I don't have a subscription for the Calm app. So sometimes Eric Braw is not able to put me to sleep. So I started looking into some other options, and I found a podcast called Get Sleepy. Turns out there's loads of podcasts that are sleep stories. Yeah. But I really like the Get Sleepy one. The main guy, I like his voice. And this is another thing that was interesting for me to figure out. Since I'm not wearing my hearing aids while I'm asleep, I have to listen to someone whose tone of voice does not fit in my hearing loss area.
They have to adjust the right frequency or something.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, they have to have the right voice tone so that I can understand them. Otherwise, I'm struggling to understand them, or I have to have it turned up so loud. Anyway, long story short, this guy's voice works for me. A lot of voices don't. But, it's like a fall day in Edinburgh. And, or, a cozy chai by the cabin fire or whatever. And they're usually like 30 to 45 minutes long. Oh. And most of them I've never heard the ending of. But they're interesting enough that you are paying attention and you can't really think about anything else, but not so interesting that you want to stay awake for them.
And they turn themselves off.
And they turn themselves off,
Yeah.
which is a reminder of the other thing that, because I do sleep in a room with someone else who has very good hearing, and I do not want to wear regular earbuds or AirPods or anything to bed, I bought a sleep mask that has little Bluetooth little speakers in it.
Oh, wow.
So they don't go in your ears; they sit on the outside of your ears, and then when it's done, and there's no, you don't hear it like turning off, or sometimes when you put your AirPods in or take them out, it makes a sound. You don't get none of that.
Oh, wow. I was wondering about that. I'm wondering how you managed not to keep Mike awake or put him to sleep or whatever it is with the bedtime stories. Oh, well, you can provide a link so we can put your sleep mask headphones in the show notes. Because I'm going to suggest that to Barry, because he apparently lies awake for hours, which I would hate having someone sleeping soundly next to me while I was awake.
Oh, yeah, that would be rough.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to suggest that to him.
Yeah, it's great. And so although since I've been drinking the cherry juice, if I wake up at night, I just go right back to sleep. If I don't go right back to sleep, then I'll put my sleep mask on with the little speakers, and I'll listen to a sleep story, and then I'm usually asleep before it's over.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope listeners will try it and benefit from it. I want to try it, and I'm sleeping well.
Yeah.
Maybe I could save myself $76, though, every 6 weeks. Yeah. Oh, that's terrific. Yay.
Yeah. And I just find it very charming to listen to a story at night.
Yeah.
And I don't have to, and I don't, I thought about listening to audiobooks, but then, you actually want to know what's happening, and then you have to figure out what the last thing you remember was, and it's all confusing. And this is just nice little episodes.
Nothing of any consequence if you do fall asleep.
Right. Yeah, I think it was, I can't even remember how many times I listened to the Nordland Express before I mean, it might have been like a year that I had listened to it, whenever I needed it to, before I didn't actually fall asleep before the end and I heard the whole thing. So it was like, oh, I didn't know that happened. Huh. Oh, we go back? Wow. That's fun. Trondheim, that's where you start. I couldn't think of it. And it was really funny because I was watching a show or something and they mentioned Trondheim, and I was like, oh, I know Trondheim. For my sleep story.
Excellent.
Is there anything else that you can think of about getting better sleep that we want to share?
Well, I'll encourage folks to listen. We'll put a link to the other episode we did on sleep a couple of years ago, because it had some different ideas in there that were good as well. But we don't need to repeat them. Yeah.
Yes. And I will remind everyone, good sleep hygiene, particularly if you're having trouble falling asleep, which is, no screens before bed. And, I mentioned this to you the other day. I woke up in the middle of the night and started thinking about something and picked up my phone, and that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
So if I find that I am doing that, then I charge my phone elsewhere for a while, to make sure that I don't, who has strong executive function in the middle of the night? Not I.
Right.
So I don't need temptations close to me. But all of those things, and regular exercise, and paying attention to your stress level, and doing meditation or exercise or journaling or something to help manage stress, if that's something keeping you up at night, are all good things to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So We would love to hear from you, our listeners. Do you have other ideas on how you get better sleep? You can let us know on Facebook or Instagram at Getting to Good Enough. You can head over to the show notes at gettingtogoodenough.com and leave a comment in the show notes. That's what it is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. I really tripped over that. Because I was like, wait, leave a comment in the comments. That's not what I say. A comment in the show notes. Or you can call 413-424-GTGE4843 and leave us a message with your ideas. Until next time, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. Totally forgot. Happy 250th episode.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Congratulations. 250. That's amazing.
Yes. Yay us.
Yay.
And yay, listeners, because we would not be here for 250 episodes if we didn't have such great listeners.
That's right.